My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about a King of Fire, a King of Wands, a King of Gold in this particular deck. This is somebody who is known for being bold or known for taking kind of like the path less traveled. They may be the kind of outlier or the black sheep of a social group or a family. But this is somebody who is hesitating where normally they would make a very quick decision. That's their reputation. This choice, though, seems to be kind of making them a little bit nervous, probably because of a past disappointment. This could be regarding buying or selling a house, job offer, or of course a romantic relationship. Perhaps they've still had some difficulty trusting people after a bad breakup. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime 10. Ooh, we need a little bit more. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, Tucci. Hello, famous Seamus. Hello, Illuminati. Hello, Miss Fafa. How we doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, as is, well, I can't talk right now. Apparently, struggling to get back into it after a day off. You can also find information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. And I think we'll start with what's the news and see what in particular this person is kind of hesitating to make a decision regarding, or not quite sure if they're ready to take a risk or a leap of faith. So we have Squad, which talks about that inner circle, soul tribe, close friends, or possibly a reconciliation. And then we have light bulb moment. Okay, so maybe this is someone who's been avoiding the decision and they're about to experience an intuitive message or a realization that helps them to feel more confident about making this decision. We have lucky break, good fortune, good things coming, turning point. And okay, this makes more sense. I think this is somebody who is very physically attracted to an individual that they've been seeing. So this could be anyone. It does not have to be a man, but this King of Wands is somebody who is seen as very attractive or seen as able to kind of like navigate or pivot very quickly. They may have multiple people that are interested in them, but they haven't really been interested in a very committed situation for a while. And I feel like in part that's because they do feel like people may get kind of caught up on the physical attraction and not have much to offer in the way of a mature emotional connection. So it's like I have this waiting period. We have to see how things go, and we'll see if you're actually involved for like good reasons or if you're just kind of here for a good time, right? So this turning point is what I'm really drawn to on the lucky break card. Someone is realizing they're connecting with a person who has that emotional depth or more of like a spiritual connection, not just somebody who's interested in their physicality. Hello, John. How are you doing? Hello, Egyptian Empress. Hello, Bitchy Tata. What's up? I hope that improves for you, John. Hello, Nathaniel. How you doing? Hello, Selena. What else do we have? Brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach. If you want to get into this person's inner circle, or if you want to build trust with them, you absolutely have to have patience, because they're not going to just give you a pass right off the bat and see how you do. You really have to kind of prove yourself. This is not somebody who makes a lot of friends routinely, right? They have a core group of friends and they're very close with those people. What else do we have? Dirty money, laundering, steal, illegal, turnt, party animals, sex, drugs, alcohol, surface pleasures, and time. Delay, procrastination, too busy. So I have to make sure that you don't have codependency or have like money issues. I have to make sure that this is somebody who's going to approach things in a respectful manner, where they have integrity. There could be some concerns with regards to whether or not there are similar lifestyle choices with regards to how you let loose or what you do in your free time. But I think we now have somebody who's basically saying, I've like done all the tests, I've done all the observations that I need to do. I think this is somebody that I want to be in a committed relationship with. Let's get some tarot. This is the Morgan Greer. Hello, Don. Yeah, I don't make that choice. I think I know. Well, I think there is a setting where I could change it. I don't know why they automatically do that for live feed. But it's not for the ones that I do with my laptop. So we have Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, King of Wands in the reverse. So before I make an offer, before I, fall in love with someone or look for that long-term connection with someone, I need to make sure that it's not just because you're attracted. It's not just because there's chemistry. There's got to be more to it than that. And as they, were kind of reserved or particular, they start to realize this might actually be somebody who is on the same page or looking for the same kind of relationship. Hello, Adrian. Yes, it is. I hope you have a better day, Vlad. That's awesome. Hello, Carmencita. How are you doing? Hello, Klaus. We've got the Page of Swords and the 10 of Wands in the reverse. And the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, the Page of Swords is information. The more time I spend with you, the more that I see that you communicate honestly, or, where I normally expect people to be flaky or difficult, I'm seeing that you're not that same energy, that you talk through difficult situations. You don't want to start arguments. You don't want to blame other people. It's like there's a list and they're like, okay, check, check, check. We're good. This is good. Oh, great awakening. I hope you're having a good day. We have the Tower, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, 2 of Wands in the reverse, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. What? Okay, so they're observing this. They're seeing that maybe they need to communicate something, but they're nervous. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Is this their energy or someone else? Because it seems to me like they're worried about a reaction. Oh, okay. So this is someone who's basically thinking, if I move forward with this relationship, if this is the person that I can trust, and then, I get into a committed relationship or even get married to, then there's someone here who's going to be very mad, and this is an ex. So perhaps this is partly why they've been hesitant to get into a relationship. It's like, I really have to make sure that it's the right person, because I know it's going to be a little bit of drama when someone hears that it's really over or that I've chosen to go with someone else. So this person's a little bit dreading the fact that there's a person, probably a former partner of theirs, that will be judgmental or a bit of a drama queen when they hear that this person has decided to move forward with you. I'm going to refer to them as the King of Wands, but keep in mind they also came out as the Queen of Pentacles. So this is why we don't pay too close attention to the gender in tarot. Anybody can come out as a king or a queen, right? Hello, Joseph. Thank you. Enjoy the gym. Hello, Sergio. Definitely advanced mathematics. We're going to go with the Pulp Tarot. What else do we have? Eight of Cups in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. Five of Swords again in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like this is someone who is just waiting for the King of Wands to choose them again, or give them a chance, or go back to them. And this person's going to lose their temper. This is the Queen of Swords in the reverse. When they find out that there is a new relationship for this otherwise kind of hesitant individual, it's going to kind of shock them how much it upsets them. It's like they really wanted this person to always be an option, or someone they could possibly go back to, or possibly like hang out with, you know? Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Hello, Gary. How are you? Oh, it's a t-shirt, but thank you. I'm good. I missed you guys. How are you? Depends on if this is your reading or not, Tucci. They won't all resonate for you, but sometimes it's about controlling family member, or a friend that maybe has a crush on you but hasn't told you. But if this is your reading, there's someone who gets mad when you decide to get into a relationship. This is someone who didn't think you would get over them, or didn't think you would be able to move on from the problems in your past. For whatever reason, that suits them, which is why it makes sense that it's an ex, because they want to have that other option with you, right? That ability to come back around. Hello, Atala. How are you doing? Hello, Josie. Hello, Redbeard. What's going on? What else? Queen of Cups. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So you've fallen in love, you want to be in a relationship, and this person in your past, whoever is this King of Wands, they've got someone from their past coming back around, finding out that they're falling in love or getting into a relationship, maybe even getting married for some of you, and they're like, I don't like that. That's not fair. Like a 5-year-old saying, I was gonna play with that toy next. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Hello, Clifford. What's up? Glad to hear it. Hello, daughter of Saturn. How are you doing? So they don't want this King of Wands to invest in a new relationship. They still have daydreams of things getting better, but it looks like this new relationship that the King of Wands pursues, when they start to actually like move forward on that, I think it moves kind of quickly. So this Queen of Swords in the reverse is not pleased. They're like, wait, I didn't even know that you could move on. Hey Lee, how you doing? Of course I can. Thank you for the tip. We've got the Moon in the reverse and the Knight of Cups. So there's some drama or desire for revenge surrounding this new romance. And it's the ex. We've seen this a few times, right? Somebody who isn't ready to let go, and they see that you're moving on with someone else, and they start thinking, is there something I can do to make sure that you don't actually pursue that person, or that you don't actually choose that person, right? We've got the Lovers in the reverse and the Hermit. I would rather you not choose anyone. I would rather you not get involved with someone new, because when you are on your own, then you still kind of choose me, or you still are an option for me. Maybe this is like a situationship, but they don't like, I don't know though. I feel like this King of Wands was trying, like, genuinely focused on someone. This is a person who feels like they should have access to this King of Wands. A little entitled. Hello, Michael. Hello, John. Oh, there's still plenty of other messages, especially since I wasn't here yesterday. Hey, John, I do often do personal questions at the end of general readings with priority to those who tip. But I also offer personal readings if you want to email me. My email address is in the description box. This is the Love Oracle. We've got memories, reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet, healing, releasing, purifying, cleansing, releasing, letting go, moving on, and walking away. So while one person is over here feeling like there should be another chapter or there's unfinished business here, how dare you move on? Of course, no one can love you the way I love you. The other person's like, you sure about that? You sure about that? The other person, this Queen, hold on, let me King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles energy, the one who's deciding to move on, they're like, oh, look, there's someone here who doesn't start fights for no reason and, you know, likes to be considerate of other people's feelings, or actually listens to me when we're having a conversation. Like, this person who's the King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, they're seeing that this is the type of energy that they deserve after having dealt with a rather difficult person. So what they thought was maybe just a fantasy, there's no hope for that, like, real amazing love. Now they're realizing, oh, maybe I could actually, like, have it all, or be in a relationship with somebody who, like, respects me and stuff. That would be cool. They don't see why they would consider this person from their past, considering how big the gap is between how you treat me and how this person treated me. So the realization is, not only is it because you're not like the person from my past, but it's also because I've been observing you and I see that, like, you're a person of integrity, or you're someone I can trust. Hello, Cara. Hey, Joseph, you don't need to be threatening anybody, please. We've got distance, separation, space, and blockage. This X, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, is not very happy because I think they get blocked. I feel like they still had some hope that there was going to be another chapter, or they would get their chance. And when they see that they're blocked, or maybe they see like a relationship status update, this person is like, you know that part of the song where Dochi's like roaring, like that, but like over and over, you know? They're not very happy. Oh, you know what? Let's do the Fairy Lenormand. Hey, Bielke. Okay, please be respectful or I'm gonna block you. That's okay. Just because it's not your thing doesn't mean you need to be all upset. I'm gonna put you on a little timeout. You're welcome to come back if you wanna be respectful. Otherwise, I hope you have a good day. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Hello, Danny. What's going on? So we've got the Storks. Good news. For some of you, this is a relationship that results in starting a family, and both of you have been looking for the person that you could trust enough to have that kind of experience. Especially if this ex had been hoping to start a family with you, that will of course upset them. For others of you, this is just the Queen of Swords is someone who kind of expected you to always be wondering if things could happen, or missing them, or maybe they liked the idea of you comparing new people to them. I don't think they really expected you to heal and grow from the situation and better understand what your actual value is, such that you're not really interested in entertaining that kind of person. If somebody wants to overanalyze you so they can figure out how to manipulate you, like, it's a no for me, dog. Get out of here. How will you just be, like, direct with your intentions and honest with how you feel and not try to, like, manipulate things, you know? Oh, that's sweet of you, Atala. Hey, Kingly Eagle. How you doing? Hello, Dave. What's up, GP? How you doing? I like that, Rachel. All right, y'all, look what we picked. We've got the whip, which is usually the channel's favorite, right? I don't know. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. The whip in the Lenormand often talks about punishment. And I do feel like there is that expectation when you have a couple breakup, like probably happened to this King of Wands, Queen of Swords in the reverse. I think we've got somebody who feels like their ex is doing much better than they expected them to. And now they're feeling like they're the one who's lost out. They're feeling like the ex is the one that got away when they were really confident that the King of Wands was going to view them as the one that got away. So this strength of courage or ability to move on, the commitment to actually healing from the situation is surprising to the Queen of Swords in the reverse, who is hoping to revisit that codependent or toxic connection. All right, let's get a few from The Truth Is, and we'll probably do the general reading for like another maybe 8 minutes or so, and then Lee will get started on the personal questions. Hello, House Tarot. How are you doing? May I ask if the Roman numerals are a reference to the tarot? I don't want to make assumptions. Hello, Monty. How are you doing? We've got insecure. Insecurities may be affecting your relationship. There could have been a bit of a pause or delay in making the decision at the beginning, right? Because this King of Wands was a little bit hesitant, like, should I actually trust you? Because of insecurities that resulted from the connection with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. If you have ever had to deal with somebody who thought that making you feel small or not good about yourself was a way for them to have control or be able to get what they wanted, you could basically call that the 5-letter A word, right? That's not cool. You don't deserve that. And it also tells you that somebody who doesn't know how to heal from their own problems is expecting you to essentially be their punching bag. And you are worth so much more than that. So these insecurities, they could be a reference to this Queen of Swords in the reverse from the past, who doesn't really like that whoever this King of Wands is moving forward. Could be you. But it could also be that this King of Wands has had to address their own insecurities, things that made them entertain a toxic relationship to begin with, where now this King of Wands has been able to address that. They see their true value and they're not willing to go into a connection with somebody like this Queen of Swords in reverse. That's why they were taking their sweet time with this new person, because they really wanted to make sure, are you able to commit? Can you be respectful? And do you have integrity, right? Hello, Star. How are you doing? Yeah, see, I was talking about toxic behaviors. Why would you want to go back to that Queen of Swords in the reverse who lives and breathes with that toxic energy when you could be with somebody like this Queen of Pentacles who wants to work together with you to address things that you face and not be like combative or either you win or I win? That's not how you should do relationships, in my opinion. To each their own, right? But this is somebody who's learning a difficult lesson because the King of Wands is finally moving forward and not interested in more of that toxic energy. Hello, Many. I don't know if I said that right. Should I call you back instead? I hope you're having a good day. Let's go with the, yeah, we'll go with the Gilded Reverie. What else do we have, please? Hello, CJ. How are you doing? Yes, exactly. If only Windex could be that precise, right, GP? Just, oh, there goes the toxic. Yep. So this is the Gilded Reverie, and we have number 28, which is the masculine energy, and then we have number 27, which is the letter, communication. I do feel like this is a romantic and like thoughtful communication. Here's what I'm thinking, here's how I'm feeling, and here's what I'm hoping you might be interested in or we could agree on. So maybe there's some plans here, right? There could be somebody who's proposing, there could be somebody who is asking if you could move in together, or just making things official. Let's be exclusive, and that could even be enough for this ex, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, to get uppity, right? Thank you. Oh, I hope your day improves, CJ. The Snake, number 7. Dishonesty, trickery, Queen of Swords in the reverse. The Queen of Swords in the reverse, or the ex, is finding out the King of Wands is taking things to the next level with their relationship. This is making them nervous. They see that they may not be able to love bomb or manipulate their ex back into another chapter, and it's making them kind of short circuit or not know how they should handle the situation. This is the Black Tarot. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah, that definitely helps you to figure out a person, doesn't it? Ace of Wands in the reverse. Judgment in the reverse. The Tower. And the Four of Swords in the reverse. So the unhealed ex, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, is trying to make an effort to convince the King of Wands to abandon the new relationship, to focus on the past instead, to maybe even just like hang out without clothes. But this King of Wands is not interested. I think they see through their ex. I think they know what's going on, and they also know what they would be able to expect from this toxic individual. They're thinking about this new relationship as something that is very much so worth protecting. With the Four of Wands, this is like, why would I go backwards? This is somebody who means a lot to me. So with the Eight of Spheres or Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, it's acknowledging the difference between something you want to invest in and something that you're okay with leaving in the past. Hello, Bad. How are you doing? Hello, Benedict. Hello, Real Water. How are you doing? Ooh. We've got 10 of Spheres, the Two of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I think this is a decision to have a long-term relationship or make your long-term relationship more, I don't know, serious. Having a child, getting married, moving across the country together, whatever this is, it makes the Queen of Swords in the reverse super nervous. Because this isn't just like, oh, you've gone on a couple dates. This is, I think I want a future with you. And it makes them really upset because they were confident that they had some sort of a hold over this King of Wands. We have the Page of Cups and Strength. I think they make an offer to the King of Wands, and it's based on what they feel would kind of like convince them to let go of their self-control. But the truth is, the King of Wands has more self-control than the Queen of Swords is aware of, and they're not interested in putting at risk the relationship that they are pursuing or are in. Hello, Darnell. How are you doing? Hey, Kevin. I know you've been here a few times, and it's just been a little weird. So I don't think it's working out. But I hope you have some things in your life that remind you that you're lovable the way you are, instead of the stuff you say about that. Did I say hello to everyone? I think I did. I'm glad to hear that, Darnell. And the sun too. We've got harvest, steady, stable, rewards, financial gain, abundance, and windfall. So I'm ready for the happiness and the good stuff that happens after you work through your disappointments and those, I don't know, trauma or things that made it difficult to trust, because they've been working towards the right direction, because they're not interested in repeating past mistakes with a person who likes to manipulate or love bomb or gaslight them. They're choosing the happier outcome, right? They're choosing the relationship where they can trust someone instead of not knowing where they stand. So we have magic, alchemy, shaman, worlds, orbs, fairies, and trees. This is someone who feels like there is a different kind of chemistry or connection than they've previously experienced with this new person. There's an adventurous spirit or a focus on working on yourself. It seems kind of like laid back and helps this person appreciate things in life as opposed to making it more difficult like the toxic connection did. So we have ethereal, heavenly, angelic, airy, mermaids, fantasy, and daydream. Yeah, I think we need a hidden truth oracle. It may not be pretty, but I think this is going to be what the ex, who's a little obsessed with the King of Wands, is thinking about their new relationship. Oh, good luck with your interview. I may not have time today, but we will see. It's been a little bit of a crazy day. Hello, Carla. How are you doing? We've got I am not available. And I will wait for a sign from you. So because you have decided to get into a relationship with someone new, this Queen of Swords in the reverse is saying, okay, fine, you're not available. I'll just wait because I know eventually you'll come back to me, right? Eventually you'll miss me. Even if I see that you've been starting up a new connection with someone else, it's only a matter of time before you come back around, right? I know we got into that argument or I didn't treat you as well as I should have. I wasn't really feeling the best. I lost myself for a little while, but you'll forgive me, right? They regret lying to you, but they may not at the time have realized how over that or fed up you were with their lack of accountability or resistance to being honest with you. Now, however, they're seeing that you're serious. I know that I crossed a line with you, but they're still pretty certain that you're going to come back around, even with this new person. I wish I could take back my words. Maybe if I hadn't lied to you, you wouldn't have been tempted to go and date somebody else, but can't you just forgive me kind of thing. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Like I said, there's a little bit of trouble with accountability here. And if they don't want to deal with what they brought to the table and how they could approach things differently, then those toxic relationship patterns just start to repeat, right? Thank you, Joseph. Hello, Geraldine. How are you doing? All right, I'm going to start with the Crow Tarot now. And I'm going to do Lee's personal question. We've got just pull a few cards for Lee, so let's see what we've got for you, Lee. What do we have for Lee? What does Lee need to know, please? Eight of Pentacles, Temperance, Seven of Swords in the reverse, Emperor, and Three of Swords in the reverse. So this seems to be something that has been an issue or may in the near future be an issue for you with regards to work. There could have been someone who was not really being honest with themselves about what needed to change or what was going on, or there could have been somebody who was quite literally lying to the leadership team or your boss. But I do feel like there's something here that gets improved. So maybe you start getting along better with a coworker. Maybe someone who was trying to make you look bad finally admits that they weren't being honest. Maybe there's a report that makes it really easy for everyone to see how hard you've been working. But it starts off with the Eight of Pentacles, so I feel like there's something here that you've been doing really well, or something that you've done that impresses people in your work environment, or one person in your work environment in particular, and it makes things easier for you. So hopefully that means you get a raise. I would like that for you. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading. Hold on, I just have to do this real quick. Boop. All right, doodles.